Hello tankers, welcome back. I am your host Invincible Tanker and today we are going to talking about Waffentrager auf E100. Yes, it's not yet added to the game, but developer seems to add in December, yes, in the Christmas event of Snow Globe as a main prize. Yeah, Waffentrager E100 in the Snow Globe. And we have not yet any clues about that, but that's definitely it's going to be in that Snow Globe event. So in this video we are going to talking about the statistics of Waffentrager auf E100 and the armor profile of Waffentrager auf E100. And let's start with the Blitz star. Let's look at the status. So here I open the Blitz star. Let's take a look at the status of Waffentrager auf E100. Add tank. TD. Here is it. So first thing is DPM with standard round it's 2.9k, penetration 270, alpha 570, rate of fire 5.08, reload it's a magazine reload 28.38, which is half a minute. Shell, so there must be 3 shells in the magazine, and interclip reload is 3.53 seconds, almost 4 seconds. So in 8 seconds you can shoot all the 3 shell and deal out damage about 1710 hit points. Yeah, that's exactly what you can deal. It's literally the hit points of some TDs and light tanks. And caliber 128, shell velocity 930. With premium shell the penetration increased to 350 and alpha decreased from 570 to 480, and shell velocity has also increased 1040. With hash rounds the penetration is drastically decreased with 75, and alpha again increased drastically with 870, and shell velocity is 890. Aiming time is 2.33 seconds, dispersion 0.346, move 0.18, rotate 0.18, and turret 0.18. Let's look at the gun. Dispersion 8 degrees and elevation is 14 degrees, almost like a grill. Aiming arc, so it's basically, if you don't know what is aiming arc, it's basically the turret rotation, how many degree your turret can go. In Waffentrager case it can go 135 degree in both left and right side. Speed, forward speed is 38 km per hour and reverse it's 12 km per hour. Engine power it's 1408. Power to the weight ratio it's 16.89. Terrain resistance 1, 1.3, 1.5. No mod reverse it's 30 degree. Camo, still there's a 5% chance you're not going to spot, and if you're moving there's a 3% chance you're not going to spot, and after shoot there's a 1% chance that you are not going to spot. That means 99% chance of spotting after a shot. And let's look at the view range. It's 259 meters. Hit points is 1850, and weight 83.39. And we look at the armor in the armor inspector. Let's jump into the armor inspector. So here we are in the armor inspector, and before further I would like to tell you that most of you people who are watching are not subscribed, so please subscribe to my channels, keep supporting me, and let's start. Let's look at the armor here. So we can pretty much hash the whole turret 10 millimeters, the full barrel side you can hash it, and this thing easy peasy hash, and the sides a bit thick, but you can hash by big caliber at the side of the turret, not by small, like Vigor's light cannot do that, but you can still get a hash over this side. And the front side is easy peasy, you can get hash here, there's no problem. no problem at all. Just the upper part is a bit thick and the sides are a bit thick, but this lower part and the upper part is full vulnerable with hash rounds. And with regular rounds you can easily penetrate with the lower graces plate of Waffentrager, but the upper plate is pretty solid, I guess. It's 367 millimeters thick, 360 millimeters, very hard to penetrate the top flare. And it in this angle, just right here, where you can use 7 degrees of gun depression, just right here, this degree. It's literally impenetrable on the sides. Tracks impossible to penetrate, here impossible to penetrate, impossible, and somehow you manage to hide this lower glacis plate. You're pretty much invulnerable, and turret is hide behind your hull, so you can literally stop getting in front shots, but still your turret is big vulnerable part. With regular shells you can easily cut through the whole turret anyways, but with even some heat shells or premium shells cannot get penetrated on the thick side, so you have to rely on your front armor and manage to hide something with this. You need to hide the lower glacis plate anyways, and the side is like a paper. If you're on the side like this, you're pretty much paper. Hash, backside hash, side hash, every side is hash. Behind there's no armor, it can easily get hash. And from the side of the Waffentrager, it's pretty much vulnerable. You cannot stop the hash if you are literally on any vulnerable side. So the only thing you have to face your opponent is frontal armor, not letting them to go and turn around. And also the downside is also that only 135 degree, no 360 degree. Look at that, you cannot turn more than that. And same on the right side, look at that, it's 135 degree and you cannot turn further. And so if a if a light tank or a medium tank easily circle around here and you need to move with your tracks to track them, your turret cannot go there and they can easily farm damage and you become easy target. So the downside is here, but who cares when you have 570 alpha with 3 shell magazine. You can clip them before they can come to do. Alright, let's look at that. Only 6 degrees of gun depression in the front, and at the side you can get 7 degrees here, and bit here you can get 8 degrees, if you can see that. The sides are very strong until you angle them, but don't over angle them, it's easy to penetrate. Turret vulnerable, you cannot deflect any shell from the turret. Anyways, I hope you liked today's video. Please support me guys by subscribing and liking to the channel. Bye bye.